Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Today's the last day of the week, Friday, 7 a.m. Let's see if we got some news. Let's get it. Let's be patient. Let's wait. This is how I am in the month. Um, I haven't taken any tracing in a long time. I haven't taken any tracing this week, and May is pretty slow. So I'm just gonna be holding tight. Be patient. Let's see what we got. Um, AUUD. Okay, I bet this one is strictly traded because of the price. Told you. We see short says restriction. It's good, but it's really difficult to trade since it's strictly traded. It's really low float. It's not bad. I'm just gonna wait tightly for. Oh my god, I'm really tired. It looks like there's nothing right now. We got ELAB. I'm not interested because ELAB is a stock that has a history of moving and rejecting. So if I see a different price action today, I will take a trade in US Biotechnology Live. I don't think it has news. And yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Georgia restriction. This one has a lot of sellers. Um, so yeah, I'm not interested in it.
All right. So let's see. A little bit past 7. Was looking at the scanners for the last half hour or so, and I think today's a little tricky because you've got a couple stocks that are up quite a bit, but um, to me they're all too cheap. So this gets back to the situation we had yesterday of crowded stocks. Um, and I just don't find these to be rewarding to trade. But because you already have a stock that's up 150%, it's got 46 million shares of volume. These become a bit of dispersed attention. I mean, the sell-off on these Chinese stocks has been unreal. I mean, they've been unreal both ways. This $2 to 30 and then back to 2. Should grab this as an example of Chinese stocks. Yeah, ELAB is not known for being a particularly rewarding stock to trade. So when your strategy does not fit market conditions, I mean, you have a couple choices. You shouldn't trade that strategy during that period. And then the question is, do you just sit on the sidelines, or do you look to advance or develop additional strategies that might be more suited for the market that you're in? When it comes to advancing, developing new strategies, that is a process that you have to do in a simulator and or with a really small share size, kind of testing the water, and it takes time to develop. So, how much of the time the market doesn't fit your strategy will probably dictate how motivated you are to develop secondary strategies. That's an excellent question about float and how those big sell orders can appear. I think that this definitely poses a greater question. Let me look at the filings on it really quickly.
Oh my
So
god.
we know we
there's
do have an issue
nothing,
at
nothing,
times
nothing,
with
nothing.
it not being exactly clear what the float is. So I'm seeing a float on the March 4th filing is 3.8 million shares. Okay, so that was March 4th. So you go back, this split was in April. So you had a split in April. So it was what did I say, 3.4? 3.4 divided by 7.7. So 444,000 share float approximately. So yeah, I mean, this is this is confusing because it would seem right now that I could buy 100,000 shares very easily. In fact, I think you probably could buy 400,000 shares of this stock if you wanted to. If you just kept pressing the buy button. And in theory, if you bought all the shares that were outstanding, then you would be buying also from anyone who was selling. There would be no more sellers because you would own them all, and the stock would, I mean, it would rise as you buy those 400,000 shares, and then it would fall as you sell them. Where are you seeing that float of 5.5 million shares? Because I'm looking at the actual SEC filing. So any data vendor that, like even our data, gets it from the filings, but you've just got to make sure that, you know, sometimes, like if I go to FinViz, AD. So they show the same float. Yeah, you do have to pay for BAM SEC, and I do pay for it. I'm logged in here. But yeah, so then let's see.
I'm just gonna wait.
Well, they do have, you can use it for free. They have a free version. I think you just can't search, and it takes a little bit more to go through some of the filings. So I would say AUUD is a company with a history of selling shares. So I'm not going to trade this afternoon. You know, whether there's more opportunity later today or not, I don't know. But it's Friday. If we continue to see afternoon momentum, I may adjust my schedule to trade a bit more in the afternoon. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know if this market is necessitating a new course, but I think there's definitely room for discussion about what we're seeing. This isn't totally unusual. You know, we have times where penny stocks are in favor. They're what people are trading, and when that's the case, I don't usually do very well. But when you have a penny stock that goes from 15, 20 cents to $6, it naturally attracts a lot of attention on penny stocks. And so, you know, that becomes where people are focusing. And when that's the case, I don't usually do very well because I don't focus on those. I don't find those to be stocks that I can trade well. So I usually just kind of have to wait it out when we're having this penny stock mania, as I sometimes call it. But you know, this has been a longer stretch of focus on lower price grinders, you know, less opportunity in the price range and the float kind of style that I typically have done well with. And so yeah, it's been a slower period, that's for sure. So 7:30, bottom of the hour. You know, it's hard. You might have some of these stocks that have lower floats and are a better price, but only up 7%. It would be very hard for them to take the leading spot as the leading gainer. Derek, I don't have plans for that right now. those sessions can be difficult to coordinate. Sort of very demanding of time for planning and so I think I'm currently sitting down like $3,000 on the week, maybe 4,000. This week's been a bust, I would say. Yeah, the bigger sellers coming out is something that we've dealt with in other periods. We've had bigger sellers come out, but there have been enough buyers to overwhelm them and win the battle. Right now, there seem to be fewer buyers, and so those sellers are holding a bit more of the cards. And I think that'll maybe be the case for a bit here, but I think there will certainly be a time where that shifts back. So this is my month so far. Thank goodness for Monday, the 4th, and Wednesday, the 17th. And you know, Monday was a $20,000 day, and I should have just taken it off the table. If I'd known how slow this week would be, I would have just walked away. But, you know, I didn't. So anyways, this is where I sit on this week. Last week was much better. So 4 trading days, 5 no trade days so far this month. We'll see what we get today. I was green, and then I got back in that same stock and gave back the gains on it. And then I took one more trade, and I lost 7,000 on that second trade or third trade. So I had 3 trades yesterday. That was it. Yeah, I think SLE was one that we traded earlier in the year. A little pop there up to 545.
Let's see what we got. CLE, US media. Daily looks good. We got resistance at, let me see. 5 531. Let's see. Short sale restriction. Um, there's earnings on it. Low float. Nice relative volume. 9 rejects. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. Went up to 556. Now it's down almost 60 cents. Mm, that's crazy. So I'm just gonna wait, to be honest.
Yeah, Schwab is better than Webull at this point because at least they let you sign the the thing to allow trading on whatever stocks you want. That's right. Broker talk into the lounge, please.
Si en 2026 sigues usando esto.
So I got a starter here for that squeeze through 75
wow.
and 80. So let's look for the break of 6 here. Added there for break of 6. So now watching this. So looking for a little pop
Let's
through
watch
6.
it.
Watch this dip. So now we're
Mad
getting a
for
little
the
price
micro
action on
pullback.
this that we can work with.
Add it
So watching
for the
85
micro
and 90.
pullback. Here we go.
Added here. Now looking for the squeeze up higher. Let's see if we can get a push up over $6 a share. So we got a little seller coming in.
42. 64.
Frustrating. All right, so just going to watch this for a second. We got a peak there at 610.
That's really high risk. Do you guys see that?
So
Like,
we'll let it pull back, and then we'll see if we can get another curl.
I don't know where 6, and then it went to 5. That's crazy. and look the candle.
So watching down here.
Mm,
Okay, there's 55.
this looks like support, so I might add right here
So probably back over 575.
532. Looks like support level. And I'm looking for a squeeze higher on new candle to make a new
We'll see
high.
if we get another curl.
There's sellers right here, but it's holding the $0.50. So I'm gonna add right here.
So we got a nice dip down here and then a curl.
Let's see what it
So
does.
watching
54. It's
to see
holding
if
the
that happens
$0.50.
again.
58. 51. 50. 52. It's holding. You guys see? If it breaks, I'm calling the trade immediately. Here we go. What are these swings? I don't get them. I'm just gonna wait. Mm, 51, 53, 55. If it breaks below VWAP, I'm calling the trade. 58. There's like resistance at 58 or something. 49, 50, 53, 55. That's so weird. I'm gonna call it right here. It's not just not breaking. I don't know. So weird. Um.
So we're just
You guys see,
watching the
it's not
curl
breaking
to
this
see if it
level.
can get back above this level. If we can get above $6, then a move up to 650 or 7 would certainly be nice. 10,000 share buyer down at 550.
There's resistance right here. 68. I don't know if I should take this trade. I took a loss of $1 on my second
So a little dip below 550 and then back above 550.
trade. Should I keep trading? I feel like no.
So we'll keep this one on watch.
This is my psychology right here. So yeah, I'm gonna stop trading. I think it's best if I stop trading. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna do my recap right now.